Hello, we are back for round two. We changed the scenery slightly just because I'm spending a lot of time at my desk in there, and I just kind of wanted to switch the scenery because if you don't know, I am now starting hour 7 of a 12-hour write-a-thon. And so far, we've been doing really good. We have written every hour for the last 6 hours, and each of those hours has been at least over 200 words a piece. So we're killing it. And I love that. And we're still in our happy mood. And we did go and get some caffeine. I took Honey to the vet because she needed to get her nails trimmed. She did scream like she was being murdered, but that's just because she's dramatic, like her father. Anyway, so yeah, got that done, had some lunch, and then, of course, did a little bit more writing. And I'm so excited to be back live with all of you. Let's see. Margot is excited. We love to see that energy in the stream. Hello, Leah. Welcome. Hello, JC, Tiara, Kelson, Jess. Welcome back. Angel, welcome back. So happy to have all of you here. I hope we're all super pumped to get some more words in. I have so far on this day written 2,046 words, and we're only halfway through our 12-hour challenge. Can I double that by 8 p.m.? I don't know, but we're going to see how far we can get. I said this in the stream before, the first stream of the morning, so if you weren't there, basically I am not setting any goals for today. The only goal that I have for today is to write something each of these hours for 12 hours. And so far, we have managed to do so, and I don't plan on stopping now that we're halfway. Hello, Chantel. Welcome. So glad I finally get to catch one of you. Well, if you are also free at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, it's currently 2 p.m. where I'm at. So in 4 hours, I'm going live for a third time today, but I'll have guests on that one. I'll have Brielle Wrights and Alyssa and the Books on my stream later today, and that'll be the final stream of our November kickoff. I hope all of your November 1sts have been going well or are starting off well, depending on what time zone you're in. My cat is hollering right now, but it's fine. Thank you so much. Gotten 3K so far today. I'm on goal to get my story finished today. Oh my gosh, Stacy, that's so exciting. Is this a first draft or is this a revision pass? I need more details. But either way, you're finishing something today, which is always a great time. I'll be here for 1 hour before I'll be off to bed. That's so interesting. It is literally only 2 p.m. here. Hi, Brielle. I was just talking about you in our stream that we're going to have later. So happy that you were able to join this stream since my first one was really early for you. Yes, I love Alyssa and Brielle, and I'm excited. Admittedly, I've only recently started binge watching your videos thanks to Alyssa. Well, I hope you're enjoying your binge watch time. Someone that I just recently binged watched is Dami. She is newer on the AuthorTube space. A lot of really great people joined AuthorTube this year, and I have loved all of them that I have met. They're all been wonderful. But yeah, Dami's videos. If you don't know who Dami is, Dami. I don't know if her channel is like Dami Writes or not. Let me actually look it up. You get a little keyboard ASMR while we're here. Also, for those of you that were not in the first stream, yes, I bought a new keyboard. Did I need a new keyboard? No. But I mean, look at her. Look at how gorgeous. And can you see that it does light up? So you can see those. But she's wonderful, and she's so clicky, and she is just everything that I wanted in a keyboard, which I think is making me so excited to sit down and write because I get to use the new keyboard. So, hey, anything to get me to sit my butt in this chair and write words. You know what I'm saying? And it was on sale. And from all the research that I did, this one is one of the best for the amount of money that you spend, because let me tell you something. I don't have a lot of money, And so I do love me a sale. And this one happened to be on sale. I got this keyboard for like 75 bucks, I think, on Amazon. And it's like, it's a little heavy, so it feels luxurious. It makes the clicky sounds I want. It lights up, and it has three different modes. So I can do Bluetooth, wired, and like the little, dongle dude that you have. Oh, I'm breaking things. Am I still live? My screen went crazy. Yes, I am. Okay. Don't drop your keyboard, people. But yeah, here's the little dongle. So yeah, it has all the options. I love her. She's beautiful and gorgeous. And yeah, I'm so excited to use it today. Okay, so I don't know what it did. It opened up like a whole other Google Chrome and was like, I don't know what happened, but she freaked out for a minute. But yeah, let me know what you're working on in the chat. If you are drafting or revising or somewhere in between, let me know. Or if you're plotting or if you're doing homework or eating, doing schoolwork, whatever. Let me know what you're doing in the chat so we can all cheer each other on this day. Let's see. Same. And the reason that I got this one also is because it's what also, by the way, I have done so much research on mechanical keyboards in the last like week. That was like my hyperfixation because I wanted to know anything and everything about this, because why would I not? That way I have useless information bouncing around in my head. If someone's like, hey, do you know things about keyboards? And I'll be like, actually, yeah. But anyway, it's hot swappable, so I can like switch up the keys. And also I got a white base because, like white and black, they just go with everything. And so no matter what color the keys are, whenever I swap them out and do all that fun stuff, it won't clash with that. And also the backlight can be any kind of color I want. I just have it set on blue because the keyboard right now is in like a blue purple vibe. So, but yeah, you can do like rainbow and you can do all the colors, and you can also make it like the colors move around, but I don't like that because it's too distracting for me. So anyway, let me catch up on the chat and stop yapping about keyboards, because do any of you actually care about keyboards? No, you're here to write. Or maybe you do care about keyboards. I'll be writing the very first words of the new book. That's so exciting. That's got to be a really fun feeling. And like, I feel like I've never written like a sequel to a book, but I feel like it would be so much fun because you're just building on all of the fun things that you did in the first book, and like, adding new problems and solving some of the old ones. Like, I feel like that would just be so much fun. But also, I feel like I would have to have some sort of like list somewhere of like all the plot points that I need to track to make sure that I'm closing out all the plot points from the first book while also introducing new problems in the second book. So that's so exciting. Oh, I can't wait to hear more about it. Hello, Imogene. Ooh, Leah's working on our first draft. Same. I'm working on project terms and conditions, and I just got to my first little like spooky dun 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 kind of thing where the little boy in the story, his name's Thomas, he finds the teddy bear in his closet and he sets it on the bed because like he's unpacking and doing all his stuff because they're just moving into this house and this teddy bear is just in his empty bedroom. And so he sets it up on his bed because he's like, I like this bear. It's cool. And he goes back to doing his own thing. And then the bear just like randomly says, I love you. Just out of nowhere. And yeah, that's the first little like, that's weird. That's suspicious moment that happens. My keyboard are all blue. Listen, I have the blue keyboard, the blue mouse. On my actual laptop, I have like this little blue keyboard cover. So clearly we have, a color bias here on the channel. I do love all things blue, but it's fine. I mean, my cup is blue. I'm wearing a part blue sweater. My iPad is blue. The case is blue. You know those TikToks where people say like people make their favorite color their personality. I might be one of those people, but I mean, it's my personality in the safety of my own home, I guess, if that makes sense. Tiara's working on the first draft of her vampire novel. Still need to finish the outline, but also I don't care. I'm ready to write, and I'll fix it later. Yes, that is the tea, indeed. That is what I will be doing as well, because I have, especially after going through my first book that I wrote, I let myself edit here and there, and all it did was slow me down. So my rule for myself during this book is that I'm not editing a single thing until the whole draft is done. And it's going to be a hot pile of dog water, and that's okay. We all carry. Amen. I knew I was amongst friends. Working on chapter 4 of a fantasy novel. Love that. I'm actually on chapter 3, but it's technically chapter 4 because there is a prologue. So same. Working on second draft. Very nice. Very nice. I don't know what we're talking. Oh, I was talking. If you're referring to the teddy bear thing, then we're talking about my book. It is if you don't know, I'm writing a paranormal thriller. So do with that information what you will. Work on revisions. Love that for you. I personally am not a revision girly. Maybe one day maybe I'll be a revision girly when I grow up. But as of right now, my favorite parts of the process are outlining and drafting, because there's no rules. There's nothing that needs to be fixed. There's just no rules at all. Ah, you literally associate blue with me. Thank you. Can I tell you a fun fact that you might already know? But for a while there, pretty much all the social media apps were blue. Like Twitter, Facebook is still blue. Like there's a whole science behind it about like the color blue being very like comforting or something to people, and that's why social media apps were using the color blue very like prominently, because they wanted people to feel the most comforted when they were on their app, to kind of, I guess, psychologically promote people to be using the app, constantly. Which is that kind of like manipulation? Yes, but I love the color blue, so I'm not mad about it. It is very part of my brand. I mean, my YouTube homepage is quite blue. So, what are you going to do? See, funny enough, so I'm in a group chat that actually just got started today, and we are going to kind of like set up like a thing where we share our like first draft chapter. So like as we finish a chapter, we just put it in like a Discord for our writing friends to read, and the name of the group chat on Instagram as well as the Discord is just called Dog Water. And so that's where that came from. I will absolutely read your book, but in real life, oh yeah, real life, absolutely not. Real life, that bear would have been in a fire. That bear would have done not. I would have been out of that house in real life. But my characters are not as smart as I am, unfortunately. So we'll just have to wait and see what finds out. Yes, I feel the same way. I hate revisions, but they must be done. They must be done. Controversial, but I love doing revisions. No, that is not controversial. Mick writes here on YouTube. That's her favorite part of the process is revision, because she prefers everything to be there, and then all she has to do, like it's a small task, is put it together like a puzzle and kind of like fill in the gaps. That's her favorite part, which there is a part of it that I like, because I know that the story is getting better, but it's the actual act of doing the revising that is just like so not fun to me, because my brain, whenever I write, wants to just like play around, la-di-da, do whatever I want. But in revisions, you have to actually be fixing things and solving issues and making everything make sense, which in my opinion is just not as fun, but it is necessary. So I get it. Editing and writing my short story drove me crazy. It felt like I was staring at a wall for a majority of the time. Yeah, that is a majority of revisions, because you find a problem, you have to like stop and be like, okay, how the heck do I fix this? But I do have a really good organization, I think, set up for draft 4 of that book of Project GWC. So I think this next round of revision will be much lighter than this last one, because in this last round of revision, which you would know if you watch my vlogs, that I basically scrapped and rewrote over 40,000 words in that book and a whole new POV. So that was a journey and a headache, but we did it. And based on my critique partner feedback that I just recently, my critique partners just finished reading it at the end of October. And based on all of their feedback, it's like all of the things that, could be fleshed out a little more, or we would like a little more of this, a little less of that. It's so much easier to do in my brain than rewriting 2/3 of the book. So I'm hopeful for this next round of revision. And I used Lindy Jung's. She just recently posted a video about her revision process, and I really liked how she organized all of the revision plan. So go check out her channel for that, because basically it breaks it down by like character issue, plot issue, or like setting inconsistency, and then act 1, act 2, act 3, so you can get very specific with what needs to be fixed, and then you just kind of plug it in to which act that work is predominantly needed. And then just above that chart, I have like an overall, which is like 2 bullet points of things that kind of I need to be thinking about throughout the whole thing, and not just like a specific act. I think it's going to make my life a lot easier, because I'm very much a list oriented person. And so each time I fix one of the issues, I can like draw an X over that box in the chart. And so it makes me feel like that'll be how I track my progress, is by how many boxes in the chart I can X off and keep going. So that's going to be the goal. But that's a problem for December Cody, because November Cody is writing a whole new story and he's not thinking about revisions. My editor friends, revisions are where you make everything pretty. Story. That is correct. Alyssa in the books, I mention this all the time, but Alyssa says the first draft is to make it exist. The second draft or third draft or whatever is to make it make sense. And then your last draft, like the line edit, copy edit, all that stuff, that is to make it right. And so all parts of the process are necessary and important, but not equal in the amount of fun, in my opinion. I'm working towards finishing my first draft ever. Never finished a story in my life. I hope I can manage, but also I'm afraid of revisions. Let me tell you something, Leah. Me, myself, Cody, I did not finish my first draft ever until this year. So the vibes are strong. I believe that you're going to finish that first draft. I don't know how far along you are in it, but I believe that you will do it. I'm speaking that out into existence for you right now. I just like having a complete draft to work with. Agreed. I enjoy revisions when the OG draft of the chapter was fire and there isn't much to change. I agree. It's very rare to find those nuggets that are just like perfect. But when you do, it's like, I can breeze past that. Let's keep going. See, look. Yeah, everybody hype Leah up in the chat. We're gonna pop off actually with our first sprint. We're gonna do 3 25-minute sprints. Per usual, the last one might get cut short just depending on how long I yap. So if there's ever one of these yap sessions where I'm talking for too long, please feel free to say, "Shut up, Cody, let's write." And I promise you will not hurt my feelings, because I just be talking. And the fun thing is, like, there's no one else here in this house. It's me, 2 dogs, and a cat. So, you know, jealous. I still need to watch Brielle's new video, but I will get to it at some point, most likely tonight when I'm done writing, because if I start down a YouTube spiral, I won't stop. And so that'll be I'll check in on all of my friends' vlogs tonight after the final stream. But let's get into our first sprint. 25 minutes are on the clock. Best of luck to all of you, and I will see you in 25. Alrighty, friends. That is the first sprint. How did you do? Not gonna lie to you guys. I had a moment of weakness and I did end up going to watch Brielle's new video, but I still wrote like 200 words. So we still made progress. Okay? Don't yell at me, but I had to go and watch it because I love Brielle's videos. And this one was no different. Brielle, if you're still in the chat, 10 out of 10 video. But anyway, how did all of you guys do during that sprint? Leah got 258. Oh, hi, Caitlin. So glad you're here. Scrivener says I wrote 990, but I feel like that cannot be right. That is a lot of words. My Scrivener's done that before where it's just been like I know that I've written maybe like 500 words and it'll tell me I've written 2,000. And I'm like, Scrivener, why would you get my hopes up like that? Like, that's so rude. But, you know, it is what it is. OMG, honored, LOL. I wrote the first 100 words. Oh my gosh, the first 100 words. Oh, I love that. I wrote the first words of my book on your stream, and now you're writing the first words of your second book on mine. I'm so happy for all of us. I love November. It is my favorite time because we are now on our way to my personal favorite time of the year, which is Christmas. I do love Halloween. It's my second favorite. But something about just like the joy and just the cool crisp air really does it for me in the wintertime. So the winter holidays are a sleigh. And also I get to take like 2 weeks off work for Christmas. They just give us like I think it's like a week and a half actually to just not work for free. I'll take it. Hopped in halfway through, got 300 words. Love that. Hello again. Good to see you. Little under 500. That's amazing. Great job, Jess. 250. 1,300 words so far today. That is a sleigh. 216 words and listen to Ethel Cain's new song on loop. Yes, this is me recommending her music to everyone. Okay. Heard. I know who Ethel Cain is, but I don't think I've actually listened to any of their music. So maybe I'll give it a listen. Added 170 words in revision. Very nice. I'm getting close to 4.5K for the day. I want to finish a story, which will need at least another 4K. So we'll see if we can make it 8K in a day. That's crazy. But you know what? If anyone can do it, it's you, Stacy. So you got this. Can I share a part of a flash I wrote? Of course you can. Feel free to always share anything and everything about your stories because I want us all to hype us all up. You know what I'm saying? Welcome back, CK. So happy to see you. Let me see. I might even share a little something. Let's see what I wrote. I wrote a paragraph about how fancy Andrew's oven is based on my friend's new oven because I have never seen. So basically, my friend's oven has one of those smart ones that has like a little like touch screen situation where you can just like tap different things. So like one of them literally is like it's like the microwave, but like you know how on the microwave there's like a popcorn button, a defrost button, all these other buttons. Well, hers on the little tablet thing had a button specifically for like French fries and pizza, and like it heats like the top or the bottom or both depending on like what you're cooking. And yeah, that's a little too high tech for me. And so I literally wrote a whole paragraph about how smart Andrew's oven is, and he has no idea how to use it. But that's where we are. That's what I wrote in this past stream. Let's see. Okay, snippet. Here we go. Everything is surreal. I can feel the letters and words floating under my skin, ink pressing to escape my insides. Prose as brutal and unforgiving as Leatherface's chainsaw push at my mind, straining to be made manifest, to come to fruition. And I'm in a horror novel and I'm the person who gets possessed. I already am in a way. The words dictating my past and future, occupying me. Oh, there's a whole third part. My body and mind. I speak, and words drip from my mouth in inky stains. Black. Oh, twisting into verbs and adjectives, nouns, and punctuation. I have no control over what I'm saying. The plot progressing with every curse and scream pouring from my mouth. Okay, I love that. So, is your character possessed and they're writing something? Because if that is the case, one of my all-time favorite video games is Alan Wake, and it is basically about a writer that gets possessed and like his work, like the stuff that he's writing while he's in this like possessed state, he's finding like pages of it as he like explores this the world that he's in, and as whenever he finds a page and reads it, the things on that page start happening in real life. So I need to know more about this because literally, also, if y'all have never heard of Alan Wake, it's fantastic. And there's also a book version where someone literally like took the story of the first game and like wrote it out in book form. So if you're not a video game person, I recommend reading the book because it's quite enjoyable. Need to take a short break, go pick up Monster from school. All right, well, drive safe. Pick up your baby from school. Yes, good to see everybody again. Incorporate these sort of segue in and out of them. Yes, Alan Wake is so much fun. There's a second one that's out, and the second game lives in my head rent free. Like it's so crazy. Like it's such a good story, but it's also such a complex story to follow. Like, and it's almost kind of like the guy that has like a layer of like multiverse kind of situation going on with it. Like it's so like time loops and it's so fun. Oh, that I feel like that would be so fun to play with. Like some like you're writing these characters, but they are aware that they are just characters in someone's imagination and they're in a horror novel like that. That sounds so cool. I love that. Jumping in late, but so happy to be here with you all. So motivating as we kick off this month. Yes. So happy to have you here. So many friends in the chat. Yes. Brielle, we got fans. You got fans in the chat. Well, if you are so excited about Brielle being here in the chat, then you should come back for our stream at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time because I will be live with Brielle and Alyssa in the books. So, highly recommend. It's already posted on my YouTube page. Just go ahead and click notify me. Also, while we're all talking about it, I would love it if all of you that are currently on the stream would hit that thumbs up button on the stream just to let YouTube know that you have fun on my live streams and that so they'll send it out to other people and my face can be on other people's For You page. You know what I'm saying? Cody, how are you balancing writing and content creation? Because I wrote this morning and I'm now editing my next video, but I'm struggling with how to strike the right time commitment to both. Honestly, I kind of set up everything like that's outside of because the bare necessities for me are literally like work and sleep. So what I kind of do is I dedicate. So it's almost like I add it to like a list of like to do things, I guess. But basically, I structure my time to do it. So for example, like today, obviously, is a heavy writing day since I'm writing for 12 hours. But like on a normal day, I would say, okay, I get off work at 5. I can, come home, decompress for a minute, and I'm going to write from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. And then from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. I'm going to let my mind kind of relax because I worked hard and I also got some writing done. So then I let my mind relax, either watch YouTube or a TV show or play a video game, something that's not related to me looking at a document or a screen in general. I guess that's not true because I do be on YouTube. A version of staring at the screen that doesn't require me to think, I guess, if that makes sense. So I take in some form of media, whether that be on my phone, whatever. And then from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m., I'll do like an hour of editing. I find that if I put like a time constraint on something, then I'm more likely to do it. Because if I just go into the day with a open schedule, I don't have any like time restraints around what I'm doing, then I will wait all day. I will do nothing all day. And then it'll be like 9 p.m. and I'm like, I did nothing today. Why? So I find that if I put specific time and schedules for that, and I usually do those weekly because on a week to week basis, my schedule changes based on whatever I have going on. So that is my advice, is to put a time constraint on it, schedule it like it's anything else in your life that you have to do or have to go to. But yeah, that would be my best advice of balancing it all out, is to lay out a schedule. And even if that's like a daily schedule, if you make yourself a little to-do list, I love a to-do list. I'll literally put on there, read for an hour, or write for an hour, edit my vlog for an hour, whatever, make a thumbnail. Like I schedule all of those things into like a task list. And then I have like set times when those things should be happening. Um, Yes, everyone roll up. It will indeed be a blast. Caitlin, big mood. I spent like the last few hours since the last stream ended editing down my hour and a half raw footage. Hey, see, and I'm not going to lie, there are some days where I just don't want to edit because it requires me to sit and listen to my own voice for long periods of time, which is just something that I don't want to do all the time. It's not like something that I hate doing, but if you've been editing content for a while, you get kind of used to it, but it is what it is. Um, Great advice. Oh, thank you. I found time blocking, scheduling my weeks out, make it prioritize exactly. And like what Brielle does, and if you want to go and watch some of her most recent videos, she's been doing like themed days. And so like one day will be themed as a writing day, one day will be themed as a YouTube content day, one day will be themed as a clean up my apartment and do chores and things kind of day. So if that also helps, then go watch Brielle's videos. They're wonderful and cozy. Just saw that you're streaming now. Well, don't worry, because we still have what, two more 25-minute sprints, I think. Have we only done one? I don't know. It's been a long day for me, but it's fine. We're fine. Blocking and having a plan in advance is a huge game changer. Yes, indeed. But speaking of, let's do another sprint, shall we? Because I just feel like I could yap forever, because that's just who I am as a human. But we're going to jump into our next 25-minute sprint. Best of luck to all of you, and I'll see you in 25 minutes. All right, friends. How did we do? We did have to move locations because my laptop was dying, so I had to come where there is a charger. Also, we had a costume change because I can't decide if my house is hot or cold. So, yeah. How did that stream go for you guys? I got, let me see here. I did better than I did last time. I know that's for a fact. I got 300 words that go around. We also had our cat food delivered from Hollywood Feeds, so part of that was me putting that away and feeding the porch kitties. Let's see here. We'll catch up on this here. Chat. Ooh, Laura, spaghetti for lunch. That's literally what I had for lunch. And it was delicious. Leah finished chapter 18. Slay. After lunch, it's time to move on to chapter 34. So fun. That sounds great. I'm literally on chapter 3, but I mean, we're just really getting started here. So, you friends, just having a little moment. Mostly adding text and stuff like that. Yeah, I do the same thing. I usually do like a rough cut to cut out all of the rambling, the repetition of words that I be saying, and like any like long pauses. That is like my first pass, and then my second pass is like adding in the cute music and the text and whatever. And then I do one final pass just to watch it all the way through to make sure I didn't mess anything up. But I always do my final watch through a day after I edit, because I feel like once I'm like in the trenches of editing, that like my brain just doesn't catch any possible mistakes. So I always do the last pass like the very next day or the next morning, just to make sure that all is good and my tired brain did not miss anything. JC got about 300-ish words or so, trying to squeeze in these descriptions that always miss on the first go around. Yeah. For me on the first go around, the thing that I always really miss is like the main character's introspection. And that's one thing that I will be having to add in revisions of to my first book, is more of my main character's like internal thoughts and their inner dialogue. And so that is the thing that I'm really like making sure to include as I'm doing this first draft, so that there will at least be some, and then I won't have as much to add later in revisions. Got dinner started about 3:30 that sprint. It's so fun to be drafting again. OMG, it really is. Like, I'm having the best time drafting this story because it's just like there's no pressure. I'm just like la da 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 da, and also it helps to have the really fun clicky keys to make it that much better. 309 words that sprint, and I'm now over halfway to my goal for today. Love that. Picking up my mom for the weekend so she can spend time with the grandbabies. Love that. Love that. Just got home, but I managed to set my prophecy finally. I feel like I can actually write words now. Love that. Only got 106 words. That is okay, because, that's still words, which counts on this channel. I love seeing all of you, just like seeing all of your friends in the chat and saying hi to them. That makes me so happy. I love this community. Y'all are so fun. I had to work that sprint, unfortunately. Listen, I feel that. That'll be me on these Monday sprints that are coming up. I will definitely have to use some of the sprints to work, but hopefully I can do, because the ones on Monday will be longer sprints than the ones on here, because all my Friday sprints will be 25 minutes sprints, but the ones on Mondays will be 40 minutes. So they will be longer chunks for everyone to sit and really lock in and focus. And we'll do 2 of those on Mondays. So getting the inside scoop of Cody's editing process. Yes. I feel like, I'm interested. Is your editing process like, what is your editing process, I guess, is what I want to ask, because I feel like that, that is what makes sense to do for most people. And like, for example, the only person I've ever seen like edit a vlog is Alyssa, because she did a vlog on editing vlogs, which is Vlogception. But I mean, she kind of has like a similar process. And from what I know from others just saying like, yeah, I did my, rough cut. I feel like we all start with like a rough cut. I'm just interested, because if there's an easier way to do things, I would love to know. Vastly underestimated me in the amount of time it takes to create YouTube content, so I'm amazed at all. Yeah, it's definitely one thing that I will say: the recording of the content is fun. The editing of the content is not as fun, but once you kind of have that finished product, you're like, look at this lovely little episode of my life that I made. And then you get to just like have it on your YouTube channel forever, for not only other people to see, but for like you to go back and watch. That's really the whole reason I started this channel, was to make writer friends, which clearly I have done so, because all of you are here in the chat being lovely and amazing. And my second thing was just to document the process of me becoming a published author, which we're not there yet, but we're going to be there hopefully soon, definitely in 2025. So stick around for that. Going to try to get as much as I can this weekend while my mom is here. Yes. Use your mom to her fullest potential. Let her take them grandbabies away from you and give you some peace and quiet. That's what grandmas are for. You know what I'm saying? Haven't touched a story in over a year. It's nice to come back to it. I'm so happy that you're having a good time coming back to a story after a long period of time. I know. She was talking about this in the first stream, that it's been like a year. Like, that's crazy. Well, I guess over a year. But, that's so fun. I love coming back to a story when I haven't looked at it in a little while, because you get to just have such fresh eyes with it, because you've been so detached from it. That's also why I'm very excited to go back to this other book, to do my next round of revisions in that book, after I've spent so much time in this whole other story, not even thinking about that book. I'm excited to see the things that I can catch with of just a fresh eyes, because I've literally been looking at that story nonstop for what feels like a year. So I'm ready to just have like a whole month just not looking at it at all. I am excited about the Monday sprints. Those will be fun. A train from Chicago to Toronto, coming back from a writing retreat. You know what? Okay, let's talk about this. This is going to be our chat topic, because I know nothing about like how train stations and things actually work. Like, are you able to just buy like a round trip train ticket and just not get off the train? Because I would love to do like a writing retreat on like in a train car. Like, I just rent myself a train car for a few days and then just take like a round trip to somewhere. Is that allowed? Is that a thing you can do? Or do you like have to actually get off that train and get on a whole other train, which is fine, connecting trains? I just don't know much about them. The only train that I've ever ridden is the Hogwarts train at Universal. So my knowledge is very limited. Return to drafting and having so much fun. Yes, that is what I've been most excited about with November, is just getting back to drafting mindset, when I don't have to worry so much about how everything sounds and sentence structure and all that mess. I don't want to think about that. I just want to tell a fun story right now. You know what I'm saying? Going through footage 3 to 4 times before I export it. Yeah, depends on the video. Sometimes I do fully chronologically, adding music and text right away, but most of the time I start with the rough cut. Yeah. Sometimes I will get a little bold and ambitious, and I will do all of the things at once, but I find that it's just easier for me to do the rough cut first, and then it's easier for me to slot in all the text and things once everything is cut to how I want it. So interesting. Brielle, a master doing it chronologically. Yeah, couldn't be me. Also, Brielle, the intro to your new video, very much a slay. Very, very cozy intro. I need to do better with intros, but it's fine. We're fine. I think I do my vlogs in a similar way to you, Cody. Definitely like to sleep on the vlog and come back to it the next day before the final pass. Yeah. And I feel like I do that with a lot of things. Like, especially like if I'm like today, I'm doing a very just like write a whole bunch of words kind of day. And I will most likely not look, well, I'm not looking at these words until I'm editing. But whenever I did my last book, I would write a whole bunch and then sleep on it, and then the very next day go back and read, because I would get in this like if I would read it on the same night that I wrote it, I would beat myself up and be mean to myself and see all these mistakes that are supposed to be in a first draft, and it would just kind of put me in a negative headspace. But if I would separate myself and like kind of sleep on it, let it rest, I would come back to it the next day and read through it, and it really was never as bad as I was thinking it was going to be. So I always recommend, sometimes if you feel just like frustrated with something, whether it be YouTube editing, writing, revising, outlining, plotting, whatever, take a break, sleep on it, come back to it the next day, and see what happens. Don't ever try to force anything, because that is how you lead to burnout, and burnout is no bueno. So, highly recommend, if you're starting to feel frustrated, just step away. It'll be there tomorrow. Oh, Alyssa, she doesn't sleep. I'm pretty sure. She's a got to be like some like part cyborg or something. But also, she does have training in quickly editing videos, because that's what she does for her day job. So it makes sense that her productivity in that spectrum is quite high, but also I feel like she is non like always writing, and I'm like, you write like it's your day job. Like all my Hamilton people, the how do you write like you're running out of time, write day and night like you're running out of time. That's Alyssa. But she slays, and she is so productive, and when I grow up I want to be like her. Look at all of this. I think it is play. Oh my gosh, I'm catching up on the chat perpetually. I'm trying. Oh, we're back to the trains. Okay, hold on. Let me. No, we don't really have trains where I am. I mean, I've ridden, subways and stuff, which is, I guess, like an underground train, but it's not the same. You might have to get off at the terminal station so they can clean it, then get back on for the return trip. That's kind of what I figured would be the case, but I would love to do a round trip in a train car and just like write and just vibe. Maybe I'll do that if one day I decide to start my fantasy series. Maybe I will start writing my fantasy series on a train, just to kind of give that like magical Harry Potter vibe. I mean, the story I have in mind is very not even closely related to the plot of Harry Potter, but I feel like trains just kind of have a magic about them, in my opinion. Like most of the time when I see trains, it's in some sort of fantasy novel. So maybe I'll do that one day. But also, I did look at prices once, and it do be kind of expensive to get a cabin on a train. But you know, I'm not taking it out of the equation. Right. She really do be out here writing for 4 hours a day, which is crazy. I mean, I'm writing for 12 hours today. We are currently, what hour is this? Let me look. I can't keep up. We are currently in hour 8 of writing for me today. And I'm not going to lie, I'm losing steam. But I did, whenever I went and got Honey a pup cup for letting the vet trim her nails. Excuse me. Oh my gosh, got the hiccups. I did get myself a little iced coffee, and it is sitting in my fridge so the ice doesn't melt and water it down. And that will be my special drink for making it to the final stream tonight at 6 p.m. Because once we're done with that last stream, my 12 hours of writing is over. I'm closing my laptop and I'm not looking at anything until tomorrow, except for maybe YouTube videos, because I need to catch up on all my friends' vlogs that they posted today. Yeah. Okay. Now we're up to the Hamilton. Yes. Here for the Hamilton covers by Cody. Listen. Okay. Can I share a fun fact? Fun fact about me is that for a person of my color, I am very good at rapping. Not writing raps, but like if there are like really fast raps that are out there, like for example, the one in Hamilton, the Lafayette, one, I can kill it and I will kill it. But like, I feel like one of my hidden talents is rapping really quickly. I don't write it, don't write raps. But if someone has like a really fast rap, I usually pick it up pretty quickly. Oh, absolutely. I am a theater homosexual through and through, for sure. Oh my gosh, Guns and Ships. Is that Lafayette the song? Hold on. Guns and is that the how does a bastard or no? Oh, ragtag volunteer army in need of a shower somehow defeat a global superpower. Uh I'm taking this horse by the reins, making red coats red with bloodstains. Lafayette, yes. Oh, I love Hamilton, y'all. It's so good. I believe that about you, Cody. Eminem is listen. Yes, I'm really good at the Eminem rap, the one that's Rap God, and I also can do the Busta Rhymes rap and Look at Me Now with him and Chris Brown. I think is it Chris Brown? No. Yes. I don't know, but the Busta Rhymes, love that. And that's just like a little hidden talent. I break it out at parties and I'm like, yo, put this song on and let me show you something. And then we just, we ball from there. But most of the time I'm at a party with other theater gays. And so, we're all rapping Lafayette together and it's a great time. Yes, I can in fact do the Busta Rhymes rap. Just saying. I will not be putting out rap covers. But you never know what you're going to see in one of these live streams. So if you just keep showing up to live streams, maybe I'll just start rapping in one of them. You never know. Cody being good at rapping is the lore I needed today. Yeah, there you go. Writer lore. But see, I think it's so fun because, people in general, and this goes back to why I guess the whole thing that I enjoy the most about writing is how different and diverse and complex people are. Like that's really where my love of writing started was with, you know, the idea that every single person that you walk past or that you're, you walk past in the grocery store, on the sidewalk, whatever, they have a whole life story. Like every single person is a walking story and they're so complex. And I think that it's so fun to just, yes, I am very big on writing. I love content creation, but I also like to play video games and rap Hamilton and do all these things that are like so separate from my love of writing. And I think that's just so cool about people is that everyone has things that they love outside of their main passion. And so, I think it's pretty neat. Rapping is yeah, flow and rhythm, which I'm really good at because I was a band kid. I did play the trombone for 10 years and I did in college. I majored in music and I specifically in voice, like to teach choir and stuff. And I use that to sometimes I'll music direct theater shows around the community where I live, and so that's really where my degree is going because I'm not using it anywhere else. I work at a medical school as a program administrator during the day. That is my corporate cosplay that I do is program administrator. And yeah, but I use my music degree with like theater and performing and teaching music to the next generation of theater lovers. You know what I'm saying? We might have had this conversation, but that's also because my memory is horrible and I can't remember what I have and have not said to you all here on the channel because I do be yapping. So off topic, but just realized you passed 1K. Congrats. I feel like yesterday oh my gosh. Yes, I did pass 1K. Thank you to all of the wonderful people that have subscribed, which are, I'm assuming, most of you since you're here on my channel. And if you're here and you haven't subscribed, what are you doing? I think we're almost to like 1100 now, which is crazy. Yeah, but once we hit like 700, like it just like popped off. I don't know where everybody came from, but I'm glad they're here and I'm glad they found me and like my videos because I just be all over the place. Um Thank y'all so much. Y'all are so sweet. What games do I play? I love Pokemon. It is my go-to comfort game, as well as Animal Crossing because that's also a go-to comfort game. But I also love. Right now, I'm doing a replay of the Mass Effect series on my PS5. That's one of my favorite series. I love the Dead Space series. That's like a horror game, which is so much fun. It's like space horror, and it's a fantastic story, fantastic game. Love Alan Wake. We talked about that. Um, I most recently have been playing the. I love Ratchet and Clank. I just recently played the newest one that came out for PS5, where like you have like the time travel or the multiverse or situation. But yeah, I love all kinds of video games. Cozy, scary, actiony. I love it. It really is my corporate cosplay. Yes, I am indeed a band kid. Okay, alto saxophone. Love that. Yeah, this is the lore drop episode of Cody. You're getting the Cody backstory for real, because I'm just a person that has lived a lot of lives in my short 29 years of life. About to be entering a whole new decade next year with all of you. We're going to be kicking off my 30s together, so that'll be so fun. And yeah, I think the old Tierno of Africa, but it's very true. How growth can snowball. Yes, it really is. Because like I was looking back at it, and I think because I had 18 subscribers on this channel previously, because once upon a time during COVID, Cody thought that he was going to be a PokeTuber, like a Pokemon YouTuber, and just like do like hard challenges in the Pokemon games and post it on YouTube. Yeah, that didn't stick because it took something that like should not, because recording video game content is a lot more, I guess, in depth than doing like vlog style content that I post now, because OBS and getting all of the game footage to upload correctly and all that, it was so stressful to the point where I was like, you know what, no thank you. um Listen, you can't make me choose my favorite Pokemon. There are like over 1,000 of them at this point. Oh man. Well, I'll tell you this. Here's some more lore. Whenever I was a child and there was just one generation of Pokemon, I had this, dream that one day Pokemon was going to be this thing, that it would become real. And the one Pokemon that I wanted whenever I was a kid was a Vulpix. I wanted a Charmander, but I was afraid that having an open flame on his tail would like set the house on fire. So I was like, Vulpix is like the next best bet, because I'm an Aries, I'm a fire sign, so I'm always gravitated towards the fire type Pokemon, the fire type starter. But Vulpix is just so cute, and Ninetales is a sleigh. So that is going to be my answer for that. And no, I have never heard of this. What is this on? Tell me more. Mouthwashing? I'm about to look it up. Mouth washing game. Oh, that looks horrifying. Well, it's just a thumbnail, and it looks very scary. Oh, is it only on Steam, or is it available? Oh, platforms. Yeah, looks like it's only available on Steam. I do have a Steam account. I might have to look into that, but it looks very, very scary. Yeah, we'll look further into that. We'll do some research. Um, Challenge to meet your sub count with word count every day. That's fun. Maybe not for people like Brielle that just passed 5K, but for me, that's very doable right now. I could definitely write a little over 1,000 words every day. So yeah, posting lifestyle vlogs on and off for years, never felt as supported or part of a community as I have now since switching to AuthorTube. Yeah, the AuthorTube community is a slay. I love being a part of it, and I love getting to chat with all of you and all of my writer friends that I've made through here, like my fellow content creators that some of them are here in the chat. Like it's just been so much fun to just meet everyone and be a part of this community where we're all rooting each other on. I feel like there's definitely a shift this year. There has been a shift in the AuthorTube community. There's been a lot more live content and just a lot more, I guess, relatable content. I feel like that's like the new wave, is like people just want to see normal people because it makes them feel less alone in the things that they do. For example, Brittany Broski, she was just a normal girl drinking kombucha, and look at her now, because people crave relatable content, and I feel like that has definitely integrated itself into the AuthorTube space, is this vulnerable approach and this, like, I'm not hiding any secrets from you all. You get to see it all, good, bad, and ugly. Like, I love that kind of content where content creators are not afraid to show their failures along with their successes. You know what I'm saying? Which I love. I feel like we're in a very fun space in the AuthorTube. See you later, Renee. See you at 6. So you're saying that more people should subscribe to my channel to make the challenge harder for me. I like where you're thinking. I like what you're thinking. That'll be like a call, like however many subscribers I have by the end of November, I have to revise that many words in Project GWC in December every day. That's scary because I don't know. YouTube could just randomly pop off on me and just do something crazy. Agreed. Agreed. Great content, cool people. Love it. Okay, I've yapped enough. Let's do one more sprint. What do we say? No, we'll just do the 25. It'll be fine. This will just bleed over into my next little chunk. Or do you guys want to do a shorter one? Pop off in the chat, say 25, 20, or 15. Because I'm happy with any of those 3 options. So let me know really quick in the chat what you want to do, and I'll set up our timer. Bye, Brielle. We'll see you in a couple hours. Okay, looks like most everyone is, yeah, everyone's saying 25. So we'll do that. All right, everyone. 25 minutes on the clock. This is our last sprint of this stream, and I will see you all in 25 minutes. Best of luck to you. Alrighty, friends. Last sprint, best sprint. How did y'all do? I don't know what happened, but I slayed. And when I share with you this number, you're gonna be just as shocked as I was 10 seconds ago. Let me see. We started there. Y'all, I wrote 670 words during that sprint. Who even am I? Like who said that was okay? That's crazy. Um oh, I missed this, but see you again, girl. Finish my vlog thumbnail. Back to editing. Love that. Thumbnails, man, let me tell you something about a thumbnail. That is like I think my least favorite part of the content creation just because like how there's so many things you have to consider for you know because you want people to click on your video obviously, so there's definitely certain styles of things that are more clickable, and it's a lot of work, but I guess that's good practice for eventually marketing books and things one day, so it's all useful. All right, let's catch up on the chat. I'm not gonna lie, I did 0 words at sprint. That's okay, Imogene. I'm so glad you're still here hanging out though. Yeah, right? I am just as shocked as y'all are. Like 670 words is kind of crazy, but we'll take it. Got my 1,000 words in for the day total, which is what I normally cap myself at. Very nice, very nice. So glad you hit your goal for the day. I don't know where we're going to be. Let's see. Right now for the day, why did my total word count go down? That's rude. We're a little over 3,000 words for the day because I was at like a little over 2,000 when I started today, and we're just a little over 5,000. So actually, I don't know why I'm fretting. I can literally look right here to see how many words it is. How many words I've done today. Da 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 da. I hate when Scrivener acts up and wants to be all silly goose and not count my words correctly. Because I've done 1,000 there, 1,300 there. Oh, wait, maybe that's... I don't know. We're a little over 3,000 words. Scrivener acted up, and I don't know how to make it do right. I'm glad that I share that sentiment. Got 317 words. Very nice. Wrote the prophecy down in words. I love that. I literally okay. So back to this fantasy series that I mentioned every now and again on my channel. That's the one thing that I have written down. I have the prophecy. I have like the lore of like the big battle that happened way back when. Like that all I know. What I don't know is how and I know like the end goal of the story, and I know a twist because I can't write a book without a twist. I don't care what genre it is. So I already know kind of like a twist or two that's there, and I know characters, but as far as like scenes and like a structured outline, not even close. But that's so exciting. We love a prophecy. Didn't write, had dinner. That is just a-okay. Got another 300 words. Yeah. I mean, I had 2,000 of those before I started today. So, I mean, I've written 3,000 words, but then again, we still have, I mean, we're in hour 9 now, and then we have 3 full hours left, and then the last 2 hours will be another live stream. So we might hit 4K today, which I'm not mad at. I'll definitely take it. Actually be writing in the third stream. That is okay. You're literally all allowed to do whatever you want. I'm just happy you're all here hanging out. Can't imagine doing more than 1K in a day without my brain melting. I'm honestly, okay, let's talk about that because even though I mean, and I've made some decent progress in each of these hours. Like my lowest hour is 155 words, but everything else is 200 and above, and we've hit around 500 or above like twice. And I'm still feeling like motivated to write. I don't know what's going on, but last 15 minutes got about 100ish words. Very nice. Yeah, we're up and having a good time. It is currently 4:30 p.m. where I am. Just woke up, no words, but oh, had an insane dream. That's crazy. I think every book needs it. I agree. I love a twist. I mean, that's why I mostly write thrillers, because the one thing about me I love is a twist. Exactly, exactly. 1.75-mile walk with my dog and my mom. I love that. Actually, I might take Honey out on a little walk because I'm tired of sitting down, if I'm being so honest. But it actually kind of worked out that this stream went over into my 4 o'clock hour, because that means I can count those words that I wrote towards the end of that last stream or sprint towards my hour 9, because I do think that I'm just going to step away from my computer for the next hour, and then I'll come back at 5:30, write a little bit before the stream, and then we're all on to it. It's great. That makes me so excited. I hope you guys like them as much as I do, because they're so much fun, in my opinion. And I mean, the thing about me that I want, I guess, people to take away from my books is that I I want the characters to really speak for themselves, and I really want to just like touch on a lot of the, I guess, tropes and themes that I've dealt with in my life, and to write about them in a way that reflects my core values and beliefs about how we should be, no matter who you are, you deserve to be treated with respect and love. I don't care where you're from, what religion you practice, what, color your skin is. None of that, sexual orientation. Everyone deserves at the base line to be treated with respect and love. And I really want to communicate that through all of my stories. I mean, obviously my stories are dark, so you kind of have to dig down a few layers to really get to that vibe. But if you get past, me torturing all of these characters and doing horrible things, I hope that you can take away from it that you really like the characters, and that there is something being said about society that is either lacking or needs improvement, something like that. You know what I'm saying? For example, in my first book, I talk a lot about power and money, and how it can basically be almost like a poison that like rots your mind and kind of really works its way into your very existence and changes who you are. And recognizing that and calling people out for doing certain things when they gain money and power. I love stuff like that. I love commentary on, the government in general, because I mean, hello, a very, very common theme or trope in books, especially like in fantasy books, is like a corrupt government. I love that. I love speaking on that. And this particular story that I'm writing now, I would say the biggest theme that I want to kind of convey with this is dealing with loss, and seeing how these different characters deal with that loss in very different ways. Like they go through the same thing, but their reactions are different. And so that's kind of like the thing that I want to convey with this next story, is dealing with loss. So yeah. Listen, I have now switched from iced coffee. Now this is full of water. So I am hydrating, because my motto is hydrate before you dihydrate. You feel me? Thrillers and mysteries are my favorite genre to read, so I already know I'm going to love your stories. Oh, that makes me so happy. I can't wait for people to actually read my book and to like see, like people like with my book in their hands. Like I don't feel like publishing my first book is going to feel real until I start seeing people like posting pictures on social media of them with their copy of the book. Like I will be a hot sobbing mess the day that I release my first book, because that has literally been like a lifelong dream. So yeah, if you want to come and watch a live stream of me crying for 2 hours, it might happen. So stay tuned for that. But with all of that said, I need to go because I'm literally back on here live in an hour and a half. So I will see hopefully all of you in my next stream at 6 p.m. Central Time. It's already up on my channel. So if you want to just click the notify to make sure that you're there, make sure you don't miss it, because I will have Brielle Wrights and Alyssa in the Books live with me. And also, if you haven't already, leave a like on the stream down below. And if you want, go and share my most recent vlog with one of your friends that you think needs some Cody the writer in their life, because I guarantee you all have friends, maybe, because I say that as if I have a whole lot of friends. Don't, but I have all of you. I just don't like to leave my house, if I'm being so honest. But anyway, I'm gonna shut up, go and stretch your legs, and I'll see you all again in an hour and a half. Okay, bye.